This is Nvda on the 5-minute time frame. Here are your price targets for Monday. We ended the week at $134.43, down 4%. To the north side from where we are takes us to one level of resistance at 135.38. Above that, at the baseline and the middle of the trend, 137.66. Ignore the white line. That's a previous one-year price target that we have already met. Above that, 139.93, another level of resistance and a potential take profit area, 141.05, and at 4 standard deviations, roughly 142.17. I do not anticipate we get to this level on Monday, but if we do, you can expect a sell-off as people take their profits and they run, and they will lock in and they will leave. Now, to the south side, we're very close to -3 standard deviations, and that is roughly 134.21. Below that, 133.15, and ignore this yellow line. This used to be the middle of the trend, and that has now turned into support. Looking left, you can see a gap formed right here on the 14th. And we finally closed that out on Friday the 21st. So see how we rode all the way up to resistance, clear sell-off, another clear sell-off, and then just retraced back to where we've been. And there's another gap that I want to point out. This gap opened up on January the 24th. That took us to 142.36, and that touched on the 18th. Note the clear sell-off right here at resistance. Of course, you could have anticipated that move, and you were rewarded. But look, we had to go all the way down to here to go back up again. Just repeating the process. So that's no longer in play. Now we have a gap taking us down to 124.96. I'll just extend that. I don't know when it's going to touch. Take it day by day. This one's already closed out. The last time I looked at price, we were at 118.65. And that was, oh, hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, right here, and that took us to, oh, I got to get off the magnet, turn off the magnet because it's making this thing wonky. That took us to roughly a 20% return from the last time. Oh no, that wasn't the last time. That was 2 times ago. I did a video when price was on February 4th, and then I did one again on February 11th. So we were here, went down, and then rode up to resistance, fell down, bought the buy-in right here. That's the bounce. And then the sell-off again at resistance. All right, and that's done, that's done. Do I have, oh, I do. Yeah, we're not in the channel, not in the zone, not even close. But we are slowly stepping down. But the reason I'm going over Nvidia is because we are reporting earnings. It's a big week for Nvidia. And I think I just want to double check all of the gaps. I think I'm done. Okay, now, just for fun, I'm going to flip this over to the daily. Option R to reset. As you can see, I've tracked this many times. All right. And now I will give you price targets on the daily. All right, we are right here. You can see right there. To the south side will take us to one level of support at 129.08, and then we've got these gaps to fill. But on the daily, we are in an upward channel. The RSI is turning down. Earnings is on the 26th, Wednesday. All right, to the north side will take us to 153.69, and then the next big target after that, 178.59. The 1 year price target is now 175.39. This was 160.63 when I looked at it on November 19th. So now this needs to be updated to 175. I like to put my price targets in white. I color code everything. At least I'm trying to do a better job of it. 39. All right, that is now the price target. Not in the channel, not in the zone. We are a long ways off for that to hit. All right, let's take a look at the RSI. So price is still falling on the daily. On the weekly, we're still turning down, and on the monthly, oh, we're bouncing on the monthly, but look at this. Just to be aware, anytime we hit 70 and above, you can anticipate a sell-off, a pullback. That is to be expected. The highest we've gone is, well, let's just make this that color, is 95. Could we get there? Sure, but always expect a pullback after we hit this critical area. And the lowest we've gone is right here. And how does that look on the weekly? There, the lines, you can see the different lines. So this is where we've touched on the weekly, but on the daily, we hit 34. And again, on the monthly, that was 34 here, and then we touched that line. Oh no, that's the weekly, sorry. But we fell through, and then here's the daily. Touched it, and then bounced off of it. Okay, that's it for Nvda. Let's put this back to the 5. And right now, let's go over SPY, since I haven't done SPY in a very long time. I know the market pulled back and people are panicking. But some people like the pullback, like Warren Buffett. That's when he strikes, takes his cash and capitalizes on it. What happened here? SPY, IVV, VOO, $2 billion exodus amid market pullback. All right, so on Monday, here are your price targets. Let's get this. 599.94. We are at support. The next level to the north side takes us to 604.43, 608.97, 611.19, and 613.38. To the south side, back to an area we've been. That was the middle of the trend when we were climbing up. Now we are falling down. That is turning into support, lining up with -3 standard deviations. And -4 standard deviations takes us to 595.55. So what happened? Oh, there's a gap here. Just a minute. Let me mark this out. Oh, let me turn on the magnet. All right, that opened up on Thursday, so that will take us to 612.51-ish. Clear area of resistance, and you know exactly what happens. You play -2 and 2 standard deviations. Anything outside of that is a clear buy and sell signal. Hit that resistance, fell down to support, grinding sideways, tried to make another level of resistance here, selling off back to support. So I anticipate a bounce, but we're still going down on the 5. So we could hit here and here and then definitely bounce off of that. I need to clean this gap up. That touched on the 13th, so that was a 1-day gap. This gap touched on the 12th. So congrats, we went up to go back down again. We gapped, oh sorry, no, we gapped, what am I saying? Hold on, let me make this bigger. Yes, so we gapped up, then we filled it to the downside, excuse me, and then this gap closed. This gap closed. What else? That one touched already, but that's slightly off right there. And let me clean up this one, or did I? Yeah. Oh yeah, I touched there, so that's it. Let me flip this over to the daily so I can see this just a little bit better. All right, as you can see, I've tracked this a gazillion times as well, to the north side and to the downside, because there is always a downside. These are little landmines to the south side that will eventually explode, and that provides opportunities as well. All right, 599.94 is right here. To the north side will take us to 614.93. That will take out this gap. You're going to have to work for it though. 595.45. And then this old gap that I have traced out, and this gap here, oops, and this little one here, and this one. Can't expect prices to continue to go up without consolidating. All right, I think that is it for the, oh no, good Lord. Yeah, but we are not in the channel, not in the zone for any of these, just one gap at a time. So the next target will be 584, is that right? Let me now go back to the 5 minutes so I can see this. Oh, RSI is turning down, so there's still going to be a sell-off. We're still bleeding out. And RSI is turning also on the weekly. But look, you were anticipating that move anyway if you just looked at this. Of course, there's going to be profit taking. I don't care what the news says. There's always going to be an excuse. So back in 23, price was at 396.96. I think that is the lowest when I looked at price only. So that's the monthly we are cracking. I just look at that, I know exactly what's going to happen. All right, so now let's take a look at Mrna. I do own this. All right, 35.53 is our, oh, let me change out the price color, the label there. All right, to the north side, 36.16, 36.96. I am upside down. I should have sold out, but I didn't when I could have. All right, I'm not worried about that. It will come back, I know it. You cannot hold the pharmaceutical companies down, even though Robert F. Kennedy is now in charge of the health and, health department. And he's going to clean house, I'm sure of it, which is fine with me. All right, so now 33.65. So we have been at this area before when I looked at it on Monday, January 13th. We've just retraced back to this level. And because this line is so close to the last one, I'll just delete it. Don't need it. This is just for fun, for eyeballing. And then right here, 32.04, 31.21, and 30.38. Note the buy-in here at support. All right, oh, let me clean up some of these gaps. So this one opened up on the 21st of January and finally closed on February 4th. Yeah, I have not tracked this in a very long time. I have not gone back to clean it up. See, look at this. Wow, I bought this a long time ago, and I had opportunities to get out, and I didn't. That's, oh well. Oh, I bought it up there too. Good Lord. Yeah, I'm going to have to start dollar cost averaging down here on this one. But that's okay. Again, I'm not worried. I've made tons of money on Palantir, Apple, Microsoft, VTI, SoFi. Even though that's gone down, I'm still up. AMD, PayPal. I mean, I have a lot of tickers. Shopify, is it Shopify, XYZ now? I can't keep it straight. They keep changing their ticker symbol, I should say. All right. So the clear buy-in, clear sell-off. And what else? I think, oh, so we've got a gap to look forward to right here. This gap is still in play to the upside, and there it is, right there. All right, the next one I want to go over is ODFL, Old Dominion Freight Line. Yeah, transportation, even the railroad companies have been taking a hit lately. So we've got a gap, tiny one, but at least, oh, wait a minute. When I marked this out, I just extended it, and did it touch? No, see, when you blow this stuff up, it did not touch, and I've made this line thick too. We definitely did not touch. So that is something to look forward to. It won't grab. I gotta make it bigger. There we go. All right. $180.40 is where we ended. I just use the arrow key, making sure I click on this and use the arrow key to go up and down, if you don't know the quick keys. All right. 192.16, 197.54, 202.92, and then this gap taking us to roughly 208, and to the south side, 171.12, 165.57, and 160.19. There's a gap here that has already closed out. Let me look at this on the daily because I have not looked at this. Maybe, has it, oh, look at this. So I think, what happened here? Why do I have a bunch of prices up there? What happened to my chart? Did this thing split? I don't know. I would not just draw this hanging out there without my lines, because that would not make sense. Okay, so at the high of when I started to track this just for price, we did make it on March 8th to $428.29. What a huge fall. But again, I think something happened here. That's okay. I don't follow this one. I don't buy it. It's just because it was in the bottom of my list that I wanted to take a look at this. 201.53 is the target, and that's an 11% return from where we are. 201. Let me mark out this first. That's roughly 208. 62. So 201. Is right there. Oh wait, 201.53. I want to be precise. There. And then we have this gap. So fingers crossed that we will get there. And the last one I want to go over is going to be Dollar General. I'm going to give you the price target first. All right, so we've got targets to the north side, 76.83, 77.23, 77.63. The middle of the trend line here, if we go sideways and down, could take us to $76. And if we go down, this could be a bounce line, support line. 75.18, 74.79, and 74.38. Note the clear buy signal at support. So we're here, and I'm going to anticipate a pullback because that is resistance. So we could go higher and then roll. But clear resistance and a sell-off, a buy in here, sell-off, and the cycle repeats itself. But I saw this. Let me just show you the daily price target. Yeah, it's been forever since I tracked this. I started tracking it with more interest when it tanked like crazy. So we gapped down. So eventually I will anticipate this to fill to the upside, roughly 123. All right. This gap closed to the downside right there on the 28th, taking us down to 102.21. This landmine is no longer in play. Thank the Lord. And then what happened here? We had this gap that touched right there, taking us down to 135.12 when we were at our highs. Remember that? We were bleeding out like crazy. And then this gap, it's so tiny I shouldn't have marked it. It's kind of a waste because I know it's going to go down anyway. 132.14, because what goes up must go down. What goes down doesn't necessarily get back up again, but sometimes you have to get down to get back up, if that makes sense. All right. Yeah, I've looked at this many times. And this one, look, I don't think that one closed. I have to, see, I marked this out on the 5 minutes, so I should be cleaning this up on the 5, not on the daily. Oh my goodness, we got that one to go to 200. Yeah, we were bleeding out. But the reason okay, the earnings is coming up on March 13th. The RSI is turning up on the daily, but look, I don't know, is it hooking to turn down or hooking to go up and then down? That remains to be seen. Let's take this on the 5. Oh wait, no, not the 5. I need to show you this on the monthly, and this is why I liked it. On the monthly, look at this. We've hit a critical area twice now. Well, below 30, okay? So let's mark that out. Oops. And this line right here, but I'm going to change it to something else. All right. Well, 30 is the critical area of being oversold, which means it's cheaper than it has been in the past, typically. All right, so we made a run for it and then got slammed back down again. Will we hit this line, curve back down? I don't know. We'll have to see. But I liked it on the monthly time frame. The 52-week low is $66.43. The 52-week high is $168. But $74.97 for the day, $76.75 for the day's high. For the low, the high. And while that's still off, there's a lot of room to move to the upside. 86.85. 86.85 is where the price target is. Oh, I marked this out as the 52-week low. When I looked at it, it went down even more. I stopped paying attention. So here's the 5. And now 80, let me just mark this. Here, I'll just do that. Then I'll be done. 86.85 right there. Okay, so that's the target. It's not going to come easy, but right there is something to look forward to. All right, that does it for me. If there is a ticker you would like me to go over, please let me know, and have a great trading day.